What is up, sister friend? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Thank you for coming to another episode of Heart to Heart with me as your host, Emily. I hope you had a chance to listen to last week's episode with Emily Augustine, who was my guest for this month. She's a mom, entrepreneur, military personnel, just overall badass mama. So make sure you go check that out. It's a super inspiring episode, and we talk a lot about discipline. And yeah, it's a really good one, I think, because we're living in a weird time. I think people say that throughout all history, like all time is weird. But learning to have that tough love and grace all at the same time. I live in the gray, in the sense of like, you can have both. You can be tough, you can give yourself tough love, and you can also experience massive amounts of grace. You can have discipline, and you can have time off. So it's a really great episode to exemplify that, being that she has a little baby and runs her business and is a wife and does all the things that she does. So really great episode. Make sure you go check it out. Life is good over here. Just a little update on me. Herbalism school is freaking amazing. I'm obsessed. I could talk about it for infinity and beyond. If it's something you would like to hear more about, I definitely want to teach what I'm learning, but just so you guys know, I am just in fundamentals. I am literally learning the very, very basics right now, learning all about the human body, once again, just from a medical perspective instead of like a personal training perspective, which has been really nice and really eye-opening in a lot of ways. But our herbalism school is everything I could ever want and more. We drink tea, we do meditations, we learn about life, we learn about how plants are medicine. It is truly amazing. I couldn't be happier. I have school today, actually, the day that I'm recording this. So super stoked. Everything's been going good. I've been feeling really good. Yeah, it's been a good week. So for today's episode, I wanted to talk about how you can show up more in your life per energy type in human design. So if you don't know, if you're new to this podcast, if you're new to me, I am a level 1 certified human design reader, currently getting my level 2 certification for human design reading. And I use that in energetic scheduling to help you create your custom energetic schedule, but I also am doing human design readings. Now, in human design, your energy type, there are 5 energy types, okay? Manifestor, manifesting generator, projector, and reflector. Those are the 5 energy types. And what your energy type is it's your aura. It is the energy that you are putting out that other people are experiencing from you, okay? It's also like your magnetism, how other people perceive you. There's also there's so many layers to human design, but starting with your energy type, and I've talked about this in other episodes, is the greatest place, like the best place to start when you're trying to get more in touch with your energy, get more in touch with who you are and understand yourself better. Start here. I can't emphasize that enough. So your energy type isn't just your aura. This is my take on it as well. But your energy type is like your battery power, okay? The amount of battery life you have from day to day. And each day it resets depending on how you show up in your life. And the reason I wanted to talk about how you should show up in your life, or how you can show up more in your life per your energy type, is because the entrepreneurs that I speak with, they want to show up more in their life. They want to be more, in the sense of they want to be the best version of themselves. They want to help more people. They want to make more money. They want to be fully awake and alive and completely immersed in their life. And doing this by your energy type is going to be so powerful, because your energy type is the most important part about human design. I mean, maybe I could argue, besides your authority and strategy, which are the other 2 really crucial pieces in human design. And if you learn nothing else in human design, just those 3 things can make the biggest impact in your life. So what showing up, I think, blah, blah, blah. To show up per your energy type means that you are showing up more authentically as yourself. As female fitness entrepreneurs, the number one, in the top 5 things that I see, most women struggle with showing up as themselves because they're not fully connected to who they are. They don't understand how to express themselves clearly. They're not really sure, like, I even show up as this person, and how do I fully immerse myself in this person if I don't even know who this person is? So that's another piece here. This is all encompassing. So we're going to start from the top. We're going to start with our manifestors. Y'all are the queens, hundreds of years ago. Manifestors were kings and queens in society. You are the leaders. You're here to rally energy, gather people around, and make things happen. When you are a manifestor, you're kind of like, I'm doing this damn thing. You can come if you like, but this is what I'm doing. And the right people follow you. To show up more as a manifestor, it's really like knowing like the right people, the people that are for you will be for you, and the people that aren't for you won't be for you, and that's okay, right? To show up more as yourself as a manifestor is to be fully immersed in those impulses, in those ideas, in the things that make you you and that you're excited about and you want to take action on. Manifestors struggle with feeling rejection, as we all do, but manifestors feel it more so because they do have kind of this really strong presence and aura. And like when a manifestor is around, you know it, like it is obvious, because their energy is just intense. It's just strong. It's just a strong energy, because manifestors are like the cheetahs of the energy types, because they have short bursts of energy like a cheetah, and then they retreat and they go back. And so to show up more as a manifestor, it's just knowing like the right people are going to come if you just continue to stay true to who you are and follow those impulses. And it's okay if others aren't for it. You don't need to compromise your ideas or your impulsivities for others. And that's something you can lean into and be really, really, what's the word I'm looking for? You just continue to be more unique by doing that. Manifestors are natural leaders. They, not saying you have to be a leader in the sense of like you have to run a whole team or whatever, but maybe like you just naturally, like, because you're like, I'm going to go to this thing, you can come if you want. People follow you and they are inspired by you. So just leaning into that more and more as a manifestor will give you that strength and that power to show up more authentically in your life. We all, I mean, I love it. I mean, I love everybody. I'm a 5-1 projector, so that means I love everybody. But manifestors, to show up more in your life is to know, I think it's just really important to embrace that the right people will come. The right people will come. So just be you. Do what feels right to you. Look at your chart, look at your authority, look at how you make decisions, and use that to your advantage, and trust that ebb and flow of your energy, that it's like quick bursts of energy, then downtime and rest, and that's okay. Next, we're going to do manifesting generators. So manifesting generators are a hybrid of a manifestor and a generator. Manifesting generators are, they're just like magical little unicorns. They usually have multiple skills in their life. They learn things quick. They get what they need from the one thing, and then they move on to the next. And manifesting generators, they feel messy. And if you're like a 1-3 manifesting generator, you might feel even messier, or a 6-2, you might feel a little messy as a manifesting generator. But to show up more as a manifesting generator is to know that all of your passions, all of the things that you're into, all of the things that you're trying to bring into your life are there for a reason. And you're kind of here to challenge the status quo, to show that life doesn't look one way, that life is not linear. It's a little bit all over the place, and that it can be beautiful, and it can be empowering, it can be loving, it can be whatever you want it to be. Because manifesting generators like really create and curate their own experience. And I think with manifesting generators, the ones that I have done readings for, their biggest struggle is feeling like they're supposed to fit into a box. And you're not meant to fit into a box, especially as a manifesting generator. You are meant to break that box apart and lean into all the possibilities of your life. Manifesting generators struggle as well with people pleasing like a generator. So it's really important not to be all things to all people, learning to say no. If you are bogging yourself down with those things, it's going to be really hard for your light to shine because you're not being connected with you when you're giving to everybody else. And I'm not saying that you can't serve others, but there's a difference between serving others and people pleasing. So really, really important, both for manifesting generators and generators. But for my manifesting generators, look at all the passions you have, all the things that you're interested in, and look at the common thread between them all, because power manifesting generators that are like in their power use all the wisdoms that they have taken from multiple different things. And so leaning into that and showcasing that, and it's not going to look perfect, and that's okay, and that's really, really important for you as a manifesting generator. So really, really lean into that. Bree, who was on the podcast, she's a manifesting generator, and she's really learned from each little season that she's jumped through that it encompasses her new program. Like, she used that to her advantage. So you can do the same. And as a manifesting generator, you have intense energy. You have a lot of energy. You can do a lot of things. You have the impulsivity of a manifestor and the endurance of a generator, like powerhouse over here. And so sometimes you may struggle with your impulsivities because you're like, am I ready for that? Can I do that? Because you have this generator energy being like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And so it's like discerning that. Use your authority to help you discern that energy, but know that you do have a lot of energy. You can do a lot of things, and you should be always asking yourself, like, does this light me up? Does this get me excited? Really use that to your advantage. Manifesting generators, I love you. Generators are like, this just popped in my generators, the powerhouse of the cell. That just popped in my head. I have no idea why, but it kind of makes sense because generators are powerhouses. Generators, they're the only name in human design I think that actually makes freaking sense, because they're like a generator. They have massive amounts of energy. Remember at the beginning when I said that like we think of this as like a battery power? Generators are a giant battery. They got a lot to give throughout the day. But for them to show up more as themselves and to show up more in their lives, you have to listen to your gut. I say this to every generator that I do a reading for. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. If you take nothing away as a generator, it's that. You can show up more in your life when you follow that process, because generators, it's a simple and a good way for generators. Like, it is so simple in all the best ways because they're so sparkly and juicy and everybody wants a piece. And so they may not show up fully in their lives because they're not letting that light shine the way that they need to. They lift others up by showing that they're full of creative energy and creative juices that are needed to showcase, that are needed to be showcased into the world. And so to show up more in your life is leaning into that. Hell yes or hell no. I mean, like, literally, it's that simple for a generator, even if they have an emotional authority. Like, hell yes or hell no. Always going back to that gut. Am I posting on social media today? Hell yes or hell no. Hell yes. I'm gonna get on my story. I'm gonna talk about freaking macros till the sun comes home. Hell yes. That is how a generator should operate. So, I mean, literally the simplest and easiest, but so powerful. So that's my generators. Who's next? Projectors. Okay, my fellow projectors, raise your hand, reach out to me. I'm a projector. Maybe we can create a projector support group. Because projectors, we sometimes feel a little lost in the world, because we have inconsistent energy. Projectors are not like a manifestor who has short bursts of energy and retreats. This like cheetah energy. We're not a generator, a manifesting generator who has a long battery that can go all day. Projectors, our energy ebbs and flows. It's like a circuit is missing or something. It doesn't mean that projectors are lazy and they don't get a lot of work done, because they do, but it needs to be in something that they actually give a shit about and are super interested in, or it's just like their gift and like something they just naturally are capable of doing. And for projectors to show up in the world more the way that they want to, and this is really from personal experience, so not just what I've learned in human design, but it's like this show and tell energy, just showcasing who you are, being fully yourself, embracing that and recognizing that. Projectors have a hard time of seeing themselves clearly. So it's important to have trusted people help guide you in that. But when you are showcasing yourself as your full self as a projector, the right people will come. It's not like a manifestor who's like, I'm going to go do this thing. Initiation, like taking action. Projectors like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. Here it is. I love it. This is how I'm an expert on it. Blah, 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 blah. And then the right people are like, hey, can you tell me more about that? I'm interested. Hey, can we hang out? I just love your vibe. That is projector language. Hey, you are so good at this. Can you help me? Or can you tell me more? That's projector language. To show up more as a projector is to fully embrace who you are and just trust in the flow of life and know that the right people will come and the right things will come to you, which is really hard for projectors because projectors have a tendency to want to be like a generator. We just don't operate that way. We have this pressure to be like a generator as projectors. It's like a commonality through all the energy types. Most energy types feel pressure to be generators because generators are a larger portion of the population. They're also the most culturally validated energy type in our culture in America and other cultures too, probably like in Europe. I don't know other cultures, so I'm not going to speak to them. But so you may be trying to be like, okay, I need to put myself out there. I need to take action. I need to create. I need to lift. And that's not what projectors. You're here to guide. You are here to kind of lead, to kind of like, if we were tribal, projectors would be the guide of the tribe. People would come to them for guidance because they see we're above the trees, right? If manifesting generators and generators are in the trees, in the woods, doing their thing, we're the eye in the sky. We're like, hey guys, that don't make sense. Turn left, right? That's a projector. And so to show up more in your life is to show that you have guidance on this thing and that you have it from your own personal story. And it's really this full embodiment as a projector of who you are. That's how you show up more in your life as a projector. And projectors, like, it is one of my harder energy types to describe. And I'm a projector myself because projectors don't see themselves clearly. And it can be challenging to understand your own projector energy type because you're like, wait, what? And so it does take a little bit of work here, but it's really the show and tell. And you can scroll through my Instagram and you can see the difference of when I was acting as a generator versus now when I'm actually listening to my energy type. It is mind-blowingly different. So for projectors, biggest thing, guide, show and tell, completely embody what you believe and who you are, and it'll all work out for you. Lastly, we got our reflectors. So reflectors are 1% of the population, are rare little gemstones. I actually have a human design reading with a reflector this week, and I am so excited because I have yet to do a reflector human design reading. It's going to be epic. I'm so excited. So reflectors are how to show up more as a reflector. See, the problem I see with reflectors is that based on what I've read, they don't always, they believe that the fact that they're so chameleon-like is actually a downfall, is like a bad thing. It's actually an amazing thing. My nephew is a reflector, and when you do a human design reading for a child, it's so much more fun than an adult, no offense, because a child is like endless potential and you can actually help curate this person into their truest self with the least amount of conditioning and shadows because it hasn't had a chance to fully develop yet. And so finding out that my nephew was a reflector was like, hell yeah, because there can be a lot of conditioning when you have that many open centers as a reflector. But actually being chameleon is powerful because it literally means the world is your oyster as a reflector, and there is nothing you can't do. You can ride the waves of other people. You can literally do and be anything because of all that openness. There is just like, think of it as like a well of potential. So how do you show up more as a reflector? One is constantly getting grounded on like what is mine, what's not mine when making decisions, but also embracing that you are many things and you can be many things because of that. And it's not black and white for you. It's very gray, and that's okay. Our world wants everything to be black and white. And for like a generator, that works really well. But for a reflector, it does not work well. If we were a tribe, the reflector would actually be the center of the tribe, and everything would go on based on that reflector, because the reflector mirrors to us what's going on in the world, what's going on within ourselves. They are such a powerful energy type. And they have to wait long periods of time before making decisions because of all that openness. They have to get centered and grounded. And so to show up more in your life as a reflector is, one, embrace that fluidity, embrace that there's so many things that you can do. And then also you can show up more in your life by making sure you're taking care of yourself at a high level because of the amount of flow that there is in your chart. So I would love to hear everybody's energy type. You can drop it in the comments. You can message me on Instagram, whatever you want to do. But I know as a female fitness entrepreneur, showing up was super important to me. One, I wanted to, you don't become an entrepreneur and like don't want to reach the next level in yourself, right? I think we all have this like high drive for personal development and breaking shadows and breaking bad behaviors and becoming the best version of ourselves, which is a lifelong process. And so this is so powerful when you're first starting out, for sure. Like, I mean, like, even if you just started your business, you could start working on this now. Like, it's going to open up a world of possibilities for you because you are being you. You're acting as yourself. You're not acting as anybody else. And that really makes a big difference in how you make decisions for your business, the kind of clients you bring on, the kind of social media that you post, how you stand out versus your competition. It is all connected. But also think about your friendships. Think about the life you actually want to live. When I was acting as a generator, I was like trying to be this like influencer, I guess. And like, I never felt fully connected to myself. I felt like I was like tasting it, but never fully grasping it. And now that I've fully embodied being a projector in the sense of, it's not my identity, but in the sense of really listening to it when making decisions and knowing that I need lots of downtime and really taking initiative to honor my cycles of energy, I am able to show up more in my business and feel more aligned with my business, which is, can't get any better than that, I would say. So let me know if you have any questions. You can also join my Energetic Ladies group chat. We talk about all of this great stuff in there all of the time. You can ask questions about your human design. You can also, I still have on sale my energetic scheduling 101 mini course where you can create your own energetic schedule based on your energy type. It is $57. The link is in the show notes. So if you want to grab that, go check it out. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you guys soon.